Yeah,
Like,
I know.
think this
It's
is 12.
honestly, it's a hat.
It's the hat.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, I think there's a way to speed up the process of the thoughts going to your subconscious, to your actions, to your beliefs, to your habits, to your character, right? Those are kind of the pattern, usually the way the brain works and flows. Like it starts with a thought, then that's why they're like, careful what you say, because it's like what you say, it's kind of almost like putting it out there. And
Exactly.
it kind of carries over into a belief. And
I relate it to ripping off a scab.
Yeah.
If you don't want to make it worse, don't speak about it.
You want to make it worse?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, once you release it out, it becomes now wildfire and it can spread.
Well, I mean, yeah, now somebody else heard it.
Exactly.
Maybe
and then you got an
yourself.
input from somebody else. Maybe they're not of the right category or caliber to give you advice.
Now it's a thought and belief in their mind, whatever. Anyways.
Right? So whatever.
But the point that I'm trying to make there is, if you, let's just say on the positive side of what you're trying to create or visualize and manifest, call it manifest if you want. But I believe that there is a way to speed up that process of what I just mentioned. And I think that what you can do, and this is kind of more from Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza as well. I think it goes hand in hand.
He speaks about, right, just for them, he speaks about how the faculty in your brain of the conscious versus the subconscious mind actually works in science terms, science-related terms, right?
Exactly.
So anyways, just to give you a quick breakdown.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically I think that something you can do to speed up that process is to truly actually, you can sit there and be like, I'm rich. Yeah. I have the house, I have the car, I want that, whatever. But one thing that isn't going to have the same emotional and vibrational impact on your life versus if you really sit there and start to believe and feel it to your core, like I am going to have that. So then it goes back to that belief. How do you get that belief?
That's what I think is the biggest question for all people. Is like everybody wants, right?
The belief.
But how do you like really deep down like get that burning desire of like, this is mine, I will achieve.
And that goes back to my original question too. It's like, okay, yeah, your team, you provide them opportunities.
Yeah.
You provide them leads.
Absolutely.
But why are they not millionaires? Like you give them all these opportunities, you give them like leads, and you give them a position to make unlimited amount of money, right? Possible.
Frankly, I mean, I really think it's all about the person in the chair. I have a phenomenal team. I do. It's just hard to say. Like,
or why don't I necessarily, like, why don't you? There's like certain stuff that I don't pivot every single deal.
It's just unique persons and like what they want, and like, you know, and that's like, you know, even like the coach of the Chicago Bulls in 90 through 97, right? What was his name? You know, the white guy, Michael Jordan, you know.
The Bulls?
Yeah.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah, Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson said he didn't need everybody to be Michael Jordans. He didn't need a bunch of Michael Jacksons.
That's true, dude.
I'm just kidding. Michael Jordans. He didn't need a bunch of Michael Jordans, right? Like for example, one of his guys, Dennis Rodman, wouldn't even show up to the practices. He was such an unconventional fuck and drove the coach crazy because he's like, oh, sorry, I'm with all these strippers in Vegas. But yet he got the ball to Michael, and that's why the game won.
He played his role.
So that's why I'm saying, like, not everybody you ever hire is going to be this unbelievably great, persistent person. But as long as they're doing what they need to do and they benefit your business and you trust them, and there's all these different pieces to where, of course,
I want to talk a little bit about.
We're talking about superstars.
Yeah,
is what you're talking about. Why doesn't your team do that?
Yeah,
honestly, because they don't want to do it themselves. And I truly believe the reason why I busted my face to the ground when I was a team member is because I wanted to have my name on the door. That was my burning desire. My team that I have right now, I mean, amazing. I love my team. They make my business. But do they want to be in that position? But do they want to be in my seat and deal with all the bullshit that I deal with? Probably not. And dude, honestly, I think I'm so happy you said that because people watching this, I get a lot of people that are just starting agencies. So like, legit, there are people out there that are contemplating starting an insurance agency and being a business owner. You're gonna have to eat
and
some
having
shit.
10 employees eventually.
Yeah.
And I get nervous sometimes when they ask me how to do it and they want guidance on how to do it, because I'm like, I'll tell you how to do it. And then are you sure that you want to show up? Because how much of your business is your mindset and how much is it your habits and how much is your hard work. Like, dude, how much are you doing that on a regular basis?
Yeah, I think you asked me this, and this is probably how many times? Okay.
But no. What is your, like, how much of it is your mindset? Straight up.
90%. 90% mindset, 10% activity. And 90% is every single interaction with your staff member needs to be methodical. You should never sit with a team member and talk to them about shit that doesn't really matter, because you may say something wrong that rubs them the wrong way.
What do you mean by it doesn't matter?
Like for example, you are the boss, you're the owner, you're the leader. Mm-hmm. Everything that you say needs to be scripted. I mean, not scripted, but
thought through.
And it needs to be thoughtful, because you have an impact on your team much more than they have an impact on you.
So how do you go about doing that for yourself?
Frankly, I'm a talker, so I'm trying to work on saying less and just observing more. I mean, you know me, I'm just a born salesman. I want to sell everybody everything, and that includes my team. And
sometimes you talk a little too much.
I talk too much, way too much. That's my downfall. Like I'm trying to observe more and actually say less. Like if I feel I need to say something, I'm actually trying to remove myself and think about reacting. I'm trying to respond more versus react. That's a big thing for 2023 that I'm trying to work on. Somebody's late, somebody's whatever, before I methodically act out on that. Like I want to think about the day, the success of the day, like, or does it really matter, right? Like there's much more big picture items that I need to be focused on versus the minuscule little bullshit that bugs you as an owner.
For sure.